Welcome back, guys. This week's video, all we're going to do is a very quick feeding video. We've got a few things coming up in the next few weeks that hopefully will be some interesting footage, but today we've got to feed them. Keeping spiders, obviously one of the things about keeping them, like all animals, is you have to feed them on a regular basis. Not as regular as some animals, but today we're going to go through, I'm going to show you what I do. Just some of the spiders will eat, some of them won't eat, so we'll just film some of it and just show you how I keep track of what I'm doing with them. So let's roll the intro and then we'll shoot it over to the laptop. Before we start today's video, I need to say thank you ever so much to Paul from Tarantula's Ramblings, Ants Ramblings, for the colony, 2 cricket tubs worth of red runner roaches. Really appreciate it, buddy. I also have to say a huge thank you to Claire of Aruna Exotics for all the stickers she sent me through. I bought, but she's done an amazing job nonetheless of producing these amazing holographic stickers. So if you do see me at the Bristol show or any of the other shows, obviously ask me for some stickers. I've got some really nice ones now. And also, finally, I wanted to say thank you ever so much to Leah of Unusual Pets. She has kindly given me, I went to pick up some whitewood and she kindly gave me a huge care package of dry goods. So I've got leaf litter, I've got bee pollen, I've got whitewood, I've got some tiny little casings and things like that. Absolutely awesome. Leah, you're amazing. Much love, much love. So now onto the video. So this is my laptop, and what we've got on here is the spreadsheet of all the spiders, the whole collection. What we have here is the names, the scientific name, the common name. Some of them are named, like just a pet name. Whether they're Old World or New World, whether they're male or female, approximate age / size, like juvenile, subadult, slings, the date I purchased, the approximate size when I purchased them, the date last fed and actually eaten, the day that they last attempted to feed, and we'll get into the colours in a second on here, and then we have what I fed them, and then their molt dates. And the molt dates go quite a way across, depending on which spider we've got here. You know, we've got a few molts, but I like to keep track of all the data. And yes, it is a lot of data. There's a lot on there. So today what we do, normally I have the spreadsheet set like this, so I can see date last eaten, I can order by this, and then here I've got some colour coding. The colour coding indicates whether they're a little bit too chunky to eat, whether they have prey items in there still, like when I feed them and they don't eat straight away, whether I've left it in there, it gets a shade of blue. And the red ones show all previous molt dates. The molt dates are like if these ones have just molted. The molt date's here, but this is like don't feed. These are within the time frame where we don't want to feed them. They need a little time to harden up and everything. So today, the ones we've got to feed, if I just organise this by like oldest to newest, the ones we've got to go and look through will be from here down. These are the ones this week. So we've got the list of these greens. Now these greens also indicate size. So the dark green are the tiny little slings. The lighter greens are the ones I have in the reptizoos. And then as they get lighter, they're the older ones. So we don't need to feed some of these because they were fed last week. And they're quite a size, but we will look in and check their water anyway. But the ones in this colour green are the ones we're going to have a look at today. So there's quite a few. Hopefully some of them will eat. Some of them are going to be quite boring. Some of them are just going to literally have their food thrown in there, and they'll end up with a little blue with a date on there, so I know to check it out later. But let's go back to the desk the other side and start feeding some spiders. Okay, let's get this in focus. There we go. First one we've got to feed, the lighting's awful with these lids on. First one we're going to feed is our Vargans. I know we said we'd start with the small ones, but this one was near the top of the boxes, and so this is the one we're going to give a quick feed to. One of my older spiders. Normally quite good feeding response, so we'll see whether this one eats. Boom. Straight in. Yeah, Tarantuhalla. It molted not so long ago. This tub's needs changing. I know it needs a little upgrade, but it's not an emergency right now. Spider's okay in here for a while. Started to do a little bit of webbing up here for some reason. Interesting. Okay, well that's one success. Next up we have another largish one. I mean, this one possibly doesn't need feeding, but it's on the schedule. It's not super fat, so we'll just give it a small meal today. Give it a small meal, see how it does. See if it's going to eat. See if it's going to show any feeding response. Come on. The Cullenbergie. Super slow takedown. I love the way the Cullenbergie always does this. It's super like controlled. It stalks the prey and then grabs it. Beautiful spider. I do like my Cullenbergies. I do like anything Tarantuhalla. I like all the brackies. People say they're boring, but not for me. 2 down, 2 success. Moving along, we have a couple of curly hairs. So we've got 2 to feed. This is my 4th, this is my 3rd. We'll go with the smaller one out of the 2 first, shall we? We'll get this camera nice and close. The curlies normally pretty good feeders. They don't tend to leave the food, so we'll see how this one goes. I like to vary the food, so we're just going with a mealworm for something a little bit different this time. There we go. Didn't even give me a chance to drop it in there, dude. Ah, bless it. I love the curlies. I like these enclosures as well. They're pretty good for like this size sling. Give them a little bit of room to move around. Right, up next, where should we position that? Over that way. See if we get this one. Might have to move the camera out a little bit. Right, dude, you gonna give us a feeding response? No? Oh. Yeah, take down. Happy days. Right, don't need any water or anything, do you? No. These tubs are also good. These are ones from factory shop near me. Click shut. Nice and deep. Deeper than a bra plast. Pretty nice. Next on the list for today's feeds. This one, I'm not sure how this will go down. My OBT RCF needs rehousing. It was just hanging around just here. This one's not going to be a very interesting feed, I don't think. It's just below here. Here we go. Got a leg. We have a leg. Come on, then. Come and eat. Come and eat. You know you want to eat. People always say that OBTs are super feisty, and it's like, you know, it's just a defensive thing. They know they want to be in their home, and they don't want loads of hassle. This one's probably getting near to needing a rehouse, but it does not give me any grief at all. As you can see, it's just sitting there quite comfortably. It's an absolutely beautiful spider. Let's see if we can actually get it. Here we go. Woohoo! And it's got it. Just like that. See you later, dude. So, next up, we've got what may not be very interesting for the viewer, but for me, you know, I still like feeding these things, but I've got a few slings to feed. Some of these will literally just have half a mealworm cut up, chopped in there. Someone said to me the other day that they were a little bit overwhelmed with some of the naming conventions when we sort of fly through them. So I'll just take a couple of seconds to go through what we've got here on the table. We have a Cereopagopus hattie, which is the purple earth tiger. We've got one sling there. We've got a Tarantuhalla rasti, which is the Caribbean diamond. Really fast little spider, this one. Don't know actually where it's hiding right now. We have a cancraken, the Kilobrachys cancraken. This one is the dark earth tiger. So that's going to be hiding somewhere under here. In fact, it's there right now, just there. Tarantuhalla sasmi, which is now Lasiocyanus, I think, Cyanus maybe. It's had a reclassification last week. I'll put the name up on the bottom anyway for this one. Sasmi, which is the Sasmi's tarantula, New World. Then we have the Pteronoculus murinus DCF. This is the Kingoma region, which is the OBT dark colour form. It's just literally hiding in its little tiny hole just there. And we have another OBT, which is not that one, it's this one. This one's webbed up an awful lot. This is another DCF. This is the Makumi, so orange baboon tarantula, but this one's the Makumi, which is just hidden just by my finger there. So that's the two OBTs. We have a Lacedoria klugi, which is the Baja scarlet bird eater. Tiny little sling, this one. I'll get the lid off and show you this one. Tiny little sling, just there. Lovely little spider. This one's probably going to molt at some point soon. Oh look, it's just run off. But yeah, beautiful spider. The hairs on that do some people's heads in, so we'll see how that one goes. Then a bit further on, we've got the Hapalopus famosus, which is the renamed Columbia large, which is the pumpkin patch. Where are you hiding? Oh, underneath your water bowl. Not that one. And we have two Davus pentalauruses. This one's a slightly larger one. Needs a rehouse, but it's just here by its thing. This is the Guatemalan tiger rump, and as you can see from the colour of them, if you've never seen a Davus before, why they get their name. If that's going to focus at all on that, which it's not, but this one here, absolutely gorgeous spider. Both of those need a rehouse. Pentalaurus 4 and Pentalaurus 3. Got a few of those. And lastly, we have the Cereopagopus lividus. This one is my nemesis. This is the cobalt blue. Yeah, that's super fast, but hopefully it'll just be hidden when we feed this one. So I'm going to whiz through this at high speed, so it's not to bore you, because all it's going to be is chucking in some part-killed mealworms in there, and then moving on to the next one. So let's go. And then lastly, nemesis spider. Where are you? Hopefully hidden down one of your holes. Yeah, you are. Okay. So we'll just give you the food and be done with you. Give that a little bit of a spruce on top. Pointless giving that one a water bowl. It has got one in there, completely buried somewhere in the dark depths of beyond. Oh, it's just there actually, the water bowl. So that means that it's only got one access to its tunnel now. And the spider's actually there. Oh, the spider's actually just there, which is out of focus, but little sling, Again, Creature from the North mystery box. Right, let's get these back on the shelves, get some other spiders back down. Okay, so this enclosure's looking a little bit sorry for itself. It's a little bit dry. I've been trying to get this a little bit more moist, shall we say. For some reason it won't hold it. This spider, I don't think it's got any problems as far as like DKS or etc. go, but it does move a little bit odd. We'll try and encourage it around the front. This one's quite calm. It's a Salmopius reduncus, the Costa Rican orange mouth. This is my second, so we'll see if we can get it to come round. Come on. Another one that's very, very calm most of the time. So, I'll turn the camera around there. Zoom in a little bit. Hopefully this will stay in focus on this spider. Just get the focus on there, shall we? Nice. Right, try and get the spider around the front. Come on. Come on. Absolutely stunning spider. And always eats well. Always eats well. Again, give it a mealworm today for a bit of variety. We'll see what it takes. There you go. And this one. Now it's going to prove me wrong and show me it's not going to eat. Is it this or not? There we go. Don't start coming out of here. You don't need to come out this way, do you? High five? High five. Beautiful spider. This one's probably doesn't need feeding too much. Abdomen's looking quite large, but we wanted to get it out and have a look at her anyway. Yeah, the enclosure's a little bit sorry for itself. The sphagnum's not really done what I wanted it to do. That's dried out a little bit too much, but it's got a water bowl, it's got access to water, and I give the misting on the front of the web every week, so it keeps its humidity in here. It's just the substrate's dried out and I need to change that over. On to the final feeding of the day. Get your foot in. Go on. Go back in. Thank you. You go and enjoy your worm. So, one last feeding of the day today, and it's going to be our little special friend, Dumpy. He is our Pac-Man frog. He had food a few days ago. I tend to alternate between whether I give him dusted food or non-dusted food. So today is his non-dusted feed. We will try and give him some mealworms for, again, a little bit of variety. I'm just going to move that sphagnum out of the way so he doesn't go trying to launch into that when he eats. And we will see whether he wants... Yeah, okay, so there's one. These things are like dustbins. But I know he could take down bigger prey, probably roaches. But at the moment, we're giving him a few mealworms to sort of tide him over. Do you want another one? Another one yet? No? You're going to back up away from me, aren't you? Right, okay. Just going to prove me wrong for the camera. Come on. There we go. Oh, tongs, give me tongs. Thank you. I believe he's a peppermint. with regards to his morph type. He's we've had him a few months, and to start with he wasn't really eating, but I think they take quite a while to settle in with their environments. A bit like fish, you know, take a little time, settle down before they feel comfortable in their environment, and he certainly did that. But now he's eating, he doesn't stop. And I do think he is the most amazing little animal. Absolutely stunning little thing. And when he lays a poop, they are like astronomically large. We do occasionally give him small roaches. They will eat for England. How did you miss that? Come on, there we go. We'll give him one more. It's very easy to overfeed these things because they will just eat forever. But 3 to 5 of these little tiny mealworms seems to be around right to keep him feeding. You know, do you want this one or not? Doo-doo-doo. No? Yeah. Oh. There we go. Yeah, he's an absolutely lovely little frog. I'm so pleased that we added him into our collection. He's got quite a nice setup. He's like bit cork bark, water bowl with some leaf litter in it for the tannins, and he's got a heat mat at the back, which looks untidy, but it does its job. Heat mat on the outside, probe on the inside. Had to drill a little hole here just to get that in. But yeah, it's big enough for his environment, for what he needs. It's a little reptizoo enclosure. Right, well that's the frog fed, so let's get back to close out this video, shall we? So yeah, that was the feeding video for today. The frog is amazing. That's called Dumpy the Pac-Man frog, which is I'm going to try and pronounce their scientific name, Tarantuhalla, I believe, which is the horned frog or Pac-Man frog. Absolutely amazing little creature. A lot of people say they do nothing, which is true, they don't, but they still give you that bearded dragon constant look of disapproval through their eyes. I think they're amazing. Some of the smaller slings, obviously it's just a case of just doing maintenance. I know that the spreadsheet's not for everybody, but it's how I record all my data. I'm a bit of a computer nerd, so I do like having all my stuff on there. Molt dates, anything I pair dates, things like that. Anything I note there's a issue maybe with their movement, I'll put a date down and note it just so I can see and sort of take care of them the best I can with regards to that. Everything's logged. So yeah, anyway, if you did enjoy the video, please give it a thumbs up, give a comment, let me know what you think about it. And if you're not subscribed, please consider doing so. It does mean a lot to me to have people follow. A lot of hard work's gone into the last almost a year of doing these videos. So yeah, if you didn't like it, please give a thumbs up, please subscribe if you're not, and we'll catch up with you again next week.